This video is being made to help you know how to make the sounds as we make them in Sequential English Education, the C program. The Northampton symbols, all the vowels and consonants, the 44 sounds of the English language are covered, including consonants, consonant digraphs, consonant blends, short vowels, long vowels, and additional vowel sounds. The name and sound of each letter, the position of the teeth, tongue, and lips, the letter name and letter sound, whether it's voiced or unvoiced, and a keyword for the beginning sound in each word. Voiced and unvoiced sounds. Voiced means that the vocal cords are used when making the sound. Unvoiced means the sound is made with air only. The vocal cords are not used. Vowels and consonants. A vowel is an open mouth voiced sound. A consonant is a blocked air sound made by the tongue, teeth, lips, and sometimes the nasal cavity. A consonant may be voiced or unvoiced. Vowels are voiced sounds. Enunciation is critical. Overemphasize the sound of the letters to model accurate sound formation. Monitor the students' sound production so that the students' overemphasis of the sounds ensures the sound is firmly established. In Book 1 Beginning and Intermediate, in Section 1, the letters and sounds A, T, P, H, C are covered. To make the sound of the letter A, the sound is made with an open mouth. The tongue is in a low front position in the mouth. A is a voiced sound, and the keyword is at. With a voiced sound, the student can place their hand on their throat and generally feel the vibrations or the movement for the sound that is voiced. To make the sound of the letter T, t, the air is blocked by the tip of the tongue, touching the ridge behind the teeth. The tongue is pushed away from the ridge by the explosion of air as the sound is made. T is an unvoiced sound. The keyword is top. To make the sound of the letter P, P, the air is blocked by the lips. The lips are pushed away from each other by the explosion of air. P is an unvoiced sound. The keyword is pat. To make the sound of the letter H, the air is blocked by the almost closed vocal cords. Air explodes through the mouth as the sound is made. Is an unvoiced sound. It is just air. The key word is hat. To make the sound of the letter C, the air is blocked by the back of the tongue against the roof of the mouth. Air is exploded through the mouth as the sound is made. Is an unvoiced sound. The key word is cat. The K will also say this sound. In Section 2, the letters N, L, B, F, S, and their sounds are taught. To make the sound of the letter N, air is blocked by the tongue, placed on the ridge behind the teeth. Is a voiced sound, and the key word is nap. It is one of 3 nasal sounds in the English language. To make the sound of the letter L, air is blocked by the tip of the tongue against the teeth or ridge. Air usually passes out of the mouth over both sides of the tongue. Do not add vowel sounds before or after the sound of the letter L. This should be practiced in words as soon as possible, since it is more difficult to make the sound in isolation than other sounds. Is a voiced sound. The key word is lap. To make the sound of the letter B, air is blocked by the lips. No explosion of air is made, but air is used along with voice. B is a voiced sound, and the key word is bat. Be careful not to elongate the sound. To make the sound of the letter F, air is blocked by the upper front teeth in light contact with the lower lip. Is an unvoiced sound, just air. Keyword, fit. To make the sound of the letter S, the air is blocked by the tongue near the ridge. Air passes with relatively high pressure through a narrow groove on top of the tongue. S has other sounds. The hissing S sound is taught first. S is an unvoiced sound. The key word is sit. Section 3 includes the letters and sounds for G, M, J, V, and R. To make the sound of the letter G, G, air is blocked by the back of the tongue against the roof of the mouth. No explosion of air is made, but air and voice are used to make the sound. The letter G before the vowels A, O, and U has the sound G, the hard sound. G is a voiced sound. Keyword, got. To make the sound of the letter M, air is blocked by the lips. Air is forced through the nose as the sound is made. Is a voiced sound. The key word is mat, and this is the second nasal sound taught in C. To make the sound of the letter J, J, air is blocked by the tongue on the ridge behind the teeth. As air is forced through the mouth, the tongue moves nearly to the hard palate or the back of the roof of the mouth. J is a voiced sound. The key word is jet. To make the sound of the letter V, air is blocked by the upper front teeth in light contact with the lower lip. Is a voiced sound. The key word is vet. To make the sound of the letter R, air is blocked by the tongue tip that arches up until it almost touches the roof of the mouth. Do not add a vowel sound as in for the sound of the letter R, The sound should be practiced in words as soon as possible. Is a voice sound. The key word is rat. In Section 4, The letters and sounds taught are D, I, K, W, WH, and Z. To make the sound of the letter D, D, air is blocked by the tip of the tongue touching the ridge behind the teeth. D is a voiced sound, and the key word is did. To make the sound of the letter I, the sound is made with an open mouth. The tongue is in a high front position in the mouth. I is a voiced sound. The key word is it. To make the sound of the letter K, K, air is blocked by the back of the tongue against the roof of the mouth. Air is exploded through the mouth as the sound is made. K is an unvoiced sound. Keyword is kit. C and K make the same sound. To make the sound of the letter W, woo, air is blocked by the lips, which are almost closed and then open to form a larger circle as the sound is made. Woo is a voiced sound. The key word is wet. To make the sound of the letters WH, the consonant digraph, there is a force of air with the wh sound. Wh is a consonant digraph. It is an unvoiced sound, and the key word is when. To make the sound of the letter Z, Z, air is blocked by the tongue near the ridge behind the teeth. The sound is made by air passing with relatively high pressure through a narrow groove of the tongue. Z is a voiced sound. Keyword, zoo. In Section 5, TH unvoiced, U, SH, E, TH voiced, and Y are included. To make the sound of the unvoiced TH sound, air is blocked by the tongue in light contact with the upper teeth. Is a consonant digraph. The voiced TH will be introduced later. The unvoiced TH sound is keywords thin and F. To make the sound of the letter U, this is an open mouth voiced sound. The sound is made with the tip of the tongue in a low position in the front of the mouth, and the back of the tongue is raised. Is a voiced sound. The key word is up. To make the sound of the consonant digraph SH, sh, the air is blocked by the tongue on the roof of the mouth or the hard palate, the roof of the mouth. Sh is a consonant digraph. Sh is an unvoiced sound. The key word is shut. To make the sound of the letter E, which is an open mouth vowel sound, this short E sound is made with the tongue in the front middle position in the mouth. Is a voiced sound. Keyword, ed. To make the sound of the voiced TH, v, air is blocked by the tongue in light contact with the teeth. V is a consonant digraph. It is voiced. The key word is this or bathe. To make the sound of the letter Y, air is blocked by the tongue placed between the ridge and the teeth. The tongue drops to the middle of the mouth as the sound is made. Y is a voiced sound. Keyword, yet. Section 6 includes the consonant digraph CH, Q, O, X. To make the sound of the consonant digraph CH, ch, the air is blocked by the tongue on the ridge behind the teeth. As the sound is made, the tongue moves back to the hard palate. Ch is a consonant digraph. Ch is an unvoiced sound. And the key word is chin. To make the sound of the letter Q, qu. Letter Q is always followed by the letter U, QU with the sound qu, or two sounds. Both sounds are blocked or consonant sounds. Qu is a voiced sound. Keyword, quack. To make the sound of the letter O, ah. Open or vowel sound is made with the tongue in a low back position in the mouth. Ah is a voiced sound. Keyword, ox. To make the sound of the letter X, ks. It is two sounds together, ks, as in the word box. Both sounds are blocked. Ks is an unvoiced sound. Keyword, tax. A, T, t. P, p. H, h. C, k. N, n. L, L. B, b. F, f. S, s. G, g. M, m. J, j. V, v. R, r. D, d. I, K, W, W, WH, H, Z, Z, TH, unvoiced, U, SH, sh, TH voiced, V, E, Y, Y, CH, ch, Q, qu, O, X, X. When we are making the sounds, we try to make them as purely as possible. We try not to have on the end of any of the voiced sounds. So, for example, it is not B, but we cut the part off as much as we possibly can in a voiced sound and say B. And so this makes it easier to blend the beginning sound with the word family without an extra sound. If your students are making a sound poorly, it may be because they're not taking a breath before they try to make the sound. You have air on both voiced and unvoiced sounds. The L and R are difficult to make in isolation. This is because they are mid-vowels, technically, and that means that they combine with the vowel that they're next to. So saying L and saying are more difficult to make in isolation. But we do the very best that we can and then get it into words as quickly as we can. With voiced and unvoiced sound, we have pairs in the English language. So one of the pairs would be S, Z. The S sound and the Z sound have the mouth in the exact same position. The only difference is one is unvoiced, S, and one is voiced. Other examples of this are the unvoiced and voiced TH, V, exact same position. One is unvoiced, one is voiced. And so is B, P. They are a pair of sounds, one unvoiced and one voiced. When students are making a sound that has air coming out of the mouth, and you're not seeing enough air, you might try this idea, which is holding a piece of paper when they're making a sound. Tell them to take a breath, and for example, making the sound of the letter P, P. And if I have enough air, you'll see the paper moving. So that visual helps many students. Another thing that may be causing a sound to be made incorrectly is that the student is not placing the tongue or the teeth in the right position. In order to help them know where the tongue is to go, You can use a tongue depressor to place it, for example, at the ridge behind the top teeth, so the child knows that's where their tongue needs to go to make the sound O. Some therapists use lollipops for this kind of work. Of course, these have to be cleaned and can only be used with one student and then thrown away. Using a mirror is a very big help to most students. So we have the little mirror, such as this Shelton mirror, which would allow the child to see their lips as they make a sound and where their teeth and tongue are placed. With some children, it's helpful to have a larger mirror. So we might have a mirror that sits on the table in front of them, and they can see their whole face and the mouth, the teeth, tongue, and lips. Or an even larger mirror, and this is an example of one that I use, which can allow the student to see both themselves and their teacher.